Hello everyone and welcome to today's Starseed Healing Circle. So in today's session we are still heading back to Egypt. I'm really sapping out the last little bits out of this Egypt trip. It was such an experience. And then after that we have the Wands of Horus cards coming up, and they're going to be used on the remote healing chart, and we're going to combine with that some singing bowls and tuning forks. So I'll have to see how I'm going to do this combination. I'll that's my worry. I'll sort that out later for you guys. Okay, so let's tune in. Today we are tuning in with the Metratron Lightcode Activation. So perhaps just find yourself in a nice quiet position, close your eyes, nice slow deep breathing, and just formulate in your mind what it is that you would like to work with today. What would you like to receive? What would you like to let go of? What would you like to manifest? What would you like to heal? And just take this time to formulate that for yourself, however that may look. When you're ready, open your eyes and allow your eyes to gently rest upon the light code. This light code acts as an attunement as well as a connection to today's healing, so that we're all on the same page, we're all tuned into the same energy, and we will all receive the same healing session. So perhaps your eyes just gently focus on an element, or perhaps they trace the lines like a labyrinth for the eyes. You can spend as much time here as you need. Pause the recording if you need more time. Okay, let's have a look at Egypt. Okay, we're getting very, very close to the end, I promise. So this is a temple, or not temple, a tomb in Saqqara. In fact, this is one of the ones where I don't think I actually knew where I was at the time, and I marked it in my photos as unknown. And when I went through the photos again, I just looked through the hieroglyphs, and then I could locate the owner of the tomb's name. I studied hieroglyphs many years ago, as in a great many years ago. So Egypt's always been a fascination and a great love, and the hieroglyphs as well. So lucky for that, because then I could find who this belonged to. So this tomb belonged to Ptahhotep, and this one is actually quite well maintained and preserved. So you'll see there on the one side there's a photograph where the sand is still coming in through the doorways and the portals. So that's a constant issue there, because we literally are in the middle of the desert. So they may clean it up today, and by tomorrow there could be sand everywhere again. This particular tomb is actually quite nice because there's a lot of false doors everywhere. These false doors were seen as doorways or portals to the afterlife or to the underworld. And so on the door frames, there's usually hieroglyphs written with spells or poetry or even instructions for the soul to teach them or show them how to get through to the other side. Also has these quite dark tunnels that take you through into your main tomb area. And this particular one is quite nice because it actually had there's air shafts on top that allows the light in, natural light. So even though a lot of the tomb is dark, there's quite a bit of natural light coming through as well. This was a little bit uncommon, I think, for the tombs, because usually they would have them completely sealed. But it may be that this is just the sort of the entrance hall where the family could visit or bring offerings. The glyphs in here very beautifully done, and also color wise there's a lot of color that was preserved. This particular one, not a lot of color on this one, but there are, I don't know if I actually loaded the other photos, but we can have a look at that. I don't think I did. There's some beautiful colors within this particular temple. So if you look on the image on the right, this is as you enter into the tomb. And so right in front there is this alcove in the wall. The alcove would be where offerings would be placed. So if family members came to visit or during festival seasons, they would come and place offerings or candles and things like that in this alcove. More false doors. There's one with a little bit more of the color. I really enjoyed being within this space. It felt really beautiful and very safe and very calm and very quiet. Again, I think the Saqqara trip for me was half of the trip was really peaceful and calm. Then there were some areas that was just buzzing with people, but this is one of those calm, quiet places. I think most people, when they go to Saqqara, go to the Step Pyramid, and they go to a few of the sorry, what's happening with my voice? A few of the well-known tombs and temples. I like to go off the beaten track and see things that most people don't see. Some more false doors and entranceway through to the rest of the temple. I think we're nearing the end of the slide. Like I said, with this part of the journey, I was really just going through as a visitor, as a tourist. I was not doing any ceremony, no ritual. I was just really soaking up the experience, because we were in Egypt for almost a month, and for 3 of those weeks we literally went from ceremony to ceremony, from ritual to ritual, from meditation to meditation. It was non-stop activations, meditations, ceremonies, etc. So this final week within Egypt, it was really just like, okay, you know what, let the hair down, catch your breath. In fact, for 1 or 2 of the days, we just really stayed at our home and lied next to the pool. So it was like really no energy for anything else. But yeah, I'm so glad that I could do this journey and to see Egypt and all the magnificent artwork and also soak up the energies. So in today's session, we have the Wands of Horus cards. The Wands of Horus cards, they were constant companions with me throughout the journey in Egypt, everywhere I went, and I mean everywhere, including places where I had no ceremonies or activations. The Wands of Horus cards were with me, soaking up all the energies. For me, the cards have always had a strong connection with Egypt, probably because of my love for Egypt and also for the symbolism that I placed on it. But I also really felt that the cards itself had a very strong connection in general. And the people who have used the cards, I've got about 11 healers and peers who are testing the cards. And they all said that after the Egypt trip, it was almost like the cards were more powerful or more focused. I personally didn't think something like that would happen, but I felt for myself as well that the cards almost really felt like they've been attuned. So this set that I have will always be my master set, and when new decks come out, I'm sure I will let them sit together and soak it up. Because when I make the cards, they will go through the same process as what the first sets went. Slightly different production, but yeah, it'll be good. They hopefully will be released soon. Okay, side journey. So let's come back. We're going to go look at today's setup. Okay, so I have the Bob, as I call him, the remote healing chart, and I then dowsed with the pendulum to check where the Wands of Horus cards need to go. So I've not done absolutely no analysis. This is a group session, so just remember that whatever I share here is for the group and for the collective. Some of the things you may not resonate with, some of them you may resonate with. I believe that as a group and as a collective, we always come together at the same time with a similar type issue, perhaps. And doing group healings and group activations allow us to pool our energies and make everything bigger and stronger. And this is why I'm really passionate about group healings. It really allows us to gain a deeper healing than what we would have had if it was just an individual session. Individual sessions are great because we can dive deep into your own personal story, but with group sessions we can really clear some big stuff. Okay, so let's have a look at this setup that we have. I'll start at the bottom and then work my way up. So I'm going to start on the right hand side of the image, and I'll work my way through, and I'll just give a brief analysis where I can about why I think the card landed there, or perhaps what the card means and what the actual location means, and then you can make your own connections to this. So right on top and right at the bottom we have the Neteru card. This is the all that is. So in ancient Egyptian, Neteru would mean the god of all gods or the god of gods, and so Neteru really is it means the all that is. So if we keep it as that, the all that is. So we've got that right at the top and right at the bottom, and so this ensures that we've got this beam of light coming through that is from pure God source, or from the great central sun, from the creator, from God, whatever you would like to call that, or whatever is appropriate for you. On the earth star just above the Neteru, there is the divine child card. Now the two or the three cards that I placed absolutely first were the right hand, left hand, and the earth star. And for these three I did not dowse, I just placed them down. So within the right hand there is the divine masculine, and within the left hand there's a divine feminine. When the divine masculine and feminine come together, we get the divine child. So that forms that downward facing triangle between the hands, and then the earth star. From there, the earth gateway is then the Neteru. So it's almost like we're taking the divine masculine, feminine, divine child, and bringing that through back into the void, or the nothing, or the all that is. On the feet, we have on the right hand side the Jed pillar, and on the left hand side the buckle of Isis. Okay, wow, interesting. Okay, I'm saying wow because when I did this, I did not think about anything. I literally had the pendulum and I just placed them down. And now that I see the two next to each other, I go like, whoa, actually, wow, this is actually quite interesting. The jade pillar is associated with Osiris, Alsar, and the buckle of Isis, as the name suggests, is associated with Alset or Isis. So Alset sitting on the left, Alsar sitting on the right. So we've again got a divine masculine feminine activity happening over here on the feet. The Jed pillar is about restoration, renewal, but it's also about permanence. And it's called the backbone of Osiris. Osiris was murdered by his brother Set and nailed into a coffin and then thrown into the ocean. And so the story goes that where the coffin washed out on the shore, an oasis formed. So Osiris is also about new life. But the Jed pillar for me then would be about the sort of the death and resurrection story, as well as restoring or healing. So the foot itself is your place or your stand in the past. The left foot is your stand in the future. So we are needing to step out of perhaps the old stuff that no longer serves. We need to step out and away from the things that we've died from in the past, what we need to let go of, and then we need to step into this new place of the buckle of Isis. The buckle of Isis is seen as a protective symbol. It is there to protect in a passive type way. I'm saying that carefully. It's one of those protection energies that just is. There's no radiation, or there's no sending out. There's no almost like activity about it. It's a quiet, nurturing, safe, holding, protective space. So it's a yin form of protection. The buckle of Isis, very strongly connected obviously with the feminine. The Jed pillar, very strongly associated with the masculine. So for me, I would say that if I had to read this, it's probably stepping out of the action and stepping into the being. That sounds like it could be right. When we go up to the knees are our flexibility to approach in life. So approach to the past, approach to the future, etc., etc. The theme continues here. The right knee has the clearing card, which just tells us again, clear the jet. Let's move out and away from this. So the clearing is really about cleansing, clearing, and purifying. And then stepping into the or the spirit. The spirit is a combination of the ka and the ba. So it's a combination of the yin and the yang, the positive and the negative. We're stepping into a space of 0 point where everything works and everything fits together. So stepping into a place of completion. Then on the base chakra, we have the radiance card. Radiance normally comes up in a situation or a place where a lot of light is needed, where brightness is needed, or where energy is needed. So it could be that the base chakra at the moment is perhaps a little bit depleted. The base chakra obviously is your grounding, your safety, security, home, the physical body, and all of physical reality. So the radiance here is bringing more light into this place. I felt that I felt that since November, time has really been speeding up. It could just be for me personally, but I've spoken to quite a few people and they all tend to agree that it just feels like we're running away constantly. Like time is just going fast. And the last perhaps few weeks, I found that the energy was also quite intense, and it could lead to ungroundedness because we're so focused on what needs to be done and where do we need to go and all of those. So here perhaps the radiance card is also just getting us to shine the light and say, just breathe, just calm down, everything is okay. Then when we look at the hips, on the right hip we've got the ka, which is the active side or the yang side of the yin and the yang. And on the left side, we've got the hat, which is associated with the physical body. Interesting one. For me, the ka is associated with the astral body. So stepping out of the astral, stepping into the physical. Okay, I don't know how I feel about that, but anyway, that is how it came up, and so there's something here. The ka, perhaps what's happening here is remember the right side is the past and the left is the future. Perhaps with the ungrounded feelings, we've been traveling a little bit in the astral, or perhaps not quite connected to the physical. As spirit or soul energies coming here to have a physical experience, I think it's really important that we get down and dirty with the physical. What a lot of us do is we escape, or we try and escape the physical because it's not always fun. But we have to remind ourselves that we are here for an experience. Through the experience, there's a growth opportunity. Through the growth opportunity, there's something we can take back with us. There's something we can bring to our soul that the soul cannot get in the energy realms. And so perhaps here is a reminder to just come back to land, let go of all the journey travel, all the astral work that you may have done, and come back into the physical body, into the physical reality, because paying attention to the physical is just as potent and powerful as paying attention to the spiritual journey. They're both as important. Next one up is the high beat, which is sitting on the sacral chakra. The high beat is the shadow. So this would indicate that there's some shadow aspects that we perhaps need to deal with or let go of. The sacral is about sex, sexuality, finance, flow, and emotions. And so it could be on any one of those levels that there's some shadows. Perhaps your beliefs about money, perhaps your beliefs about flow, perhaps there's some dark emotions that's coming up that you feel judgmental about or that you feel you may not have. These emotions are real. These emotions can be had. They are all good. So it's all about integrating those emotions. On the solar plexus, we've got the union card or the unity card. And this one is about unifying the upper and lower Egypt. It was the traditional symbol, but in this case, our body is our Egypt. And the Egyptians also really saw the body as a representation, a physical representation of the bigger picture, the microcosm, macrocosm. So here the solar plexus is that unification point between the upper chest area and the lower abdominal cavity, and we're bringing both together here. On either side of it, on the liver on the right and the pancreas spleen on the left, we just so happen to have two red cards. The red card on the right is the Ankh, and the red card on the left is Sechem, which is power. So life, when that one comes up, is for me about a purification perhaps, or a blessing or a pause. And so the liver and gallbladder need perhaps a little bit of a clearing here, a detoxification, while the pancreas spleen area wants to work a little bit harder so you can step into that power. Power here is your inner strength and your ability to do what you need to do. The pancreas is about dealing with sweetness, insulin levels, and so forth. The spleen is about strengthening your immune system. Combination of the two is all about the sweetness of life. So perhaps we want to step into the power that lies within enjoying life and the sweetness of that. I'm just looking back down to the hut, the physical body, and a reminder that we are physical beings here. Then going up to the heart chakra, we have the receive card. The receive card is as much about giving as it is about receiving. So it's about getting the balance going between when to receive, when to give, how to get that sense of what the Andean shamans call Aini, sacred reciprocity, get that going within us. Then the thymus, interestingly enough, has the heart card on it, or yup. So here it's almost like we want to elevate the spirit of the heart from the actual heart space into the higher heart, into the thymus area. So for me, that's perhaps a little bit of an ascension process here, in some way, shape, or form. On the shoulders, these are the lung points. So it's the end points for the meridians for the lungs. And these would be it could be about the shoulder stuff in general, or it could also be about grief and guilt. On the right side, we've got the water card. Your water is always about cleansing and purifying and washing away. So washing away all of the stuff that weighed us down in the past. And we're stepping into the transformation card on the left, transformation and synchronicity. So it's really transforming all of those things weighing us down into something new and fresh. And obviously, I think the theme here is to really get throughout the session so far, it was very much about getting out of the action and going into the being, getting into the divine feminine. On the throat, we have Ren, which is your true name. So it really is about speaking your true name, finding comfort, perhaps finding your own voice and using your voice, whether it's for healing, singing, chanting, toning, like really opening up the throat and the voice. I don't know if any of you have done any voice related work, but really get into singing, chanting, and toning if you haven't done that. Just as an example, yesterday, for no reason whatsoever, I was just busy in the kitchen, and the next moment I just started chanting a chant that I haven't done in a long time. And as it was going, I was just really enjoying it. And at some stage, I was still thinking, wow, why am I chanting this one? I haven't done this one in a while, but I'm enjoying it. Who cares? I'm just going to keep on chanting. So I was just chanting away. Find that joy within the chant. Find the joy within your own music, within your own voice. Remember, your voice is very, very healing for yourself and to yourself. Then on the carotid arteries, this is on the base of the neck, skull area, or base of the jaw. We have on the right side the fire card, and on the left side the bar. The fire is about burning away and cleansing, and the bar is about the yin side of the yin and the yang. So Ka and the bar sits together. Ka we've got on the right hip, and on the left carotid artery we've got the bar. So they always work together. The bar is the personality, but the bar is also, like I said, the yin quality. So here, the fire card is about passion and the heat and all of those things. The carotid arteries are about the vagus nerve running through there, and this is about us getting to into the sympathetic nervous system, parasympathetic nervous system. So sympathetic is the fight or flight, and the parasympathetic, the rest and digest. So the bar is again reminding us to get into the passive, quiet, calm. So today's session is definitely really about calming us down. Then on the earth, the ear chakras. The ear chakras are our balance points. And this is why I said earth, because on the right side, we've got the earth card, and on the left side, we've got the awareness card. So for part of our balance, the right side, the past, is really about earthing, grounding, anchoring. And I also find that when the earth card comes up, it usually indicates a priority point. So a priority to get our balance right. The awareness card on the left is bringing our awareness to the fact that we need to pay attention to our balance. And so in life in general, find your balance, find your rhythm, find your flow. It's okay to do what you do, just find it in a very balanced, harmonious way. Okay. My granny always said, anything where you add too in front of it is too much and is not good for you. It doesn't matter what it is. So if it's too much health food or too much junk food, both of them are bad. So you need to find the balance in that. Then we've got the temples. The temples on the right, we've got the air card, clearing out the mind, getting rid of what's not needed in the mind, perhaps. And then we're moving into the Sahu on the left. Interesting combo here. The Sahu is the spirit body or the soul, and it is also known as the inner judge. The inner judge here, not in a negative way. This is you looking at what you've learned through life, and then taking stock of where you're at. This is really what Sahu is doing. And Sahu is part of the 9 bodies that the ancient Egyptians saw. So part of the 9 bodies is the physical body, your shadow, your power, your heart, and so forth. Sahu is one of these as well. And this would be your own inner judge. And then finally, on top on the crown, we have the Mawat, or the truth card. And this is about you stepping into your own truth. In the Egyptian direction, when you pass over, your heart is weighed next to the feather of Ma'at to check whether you are worthy to go into the afterlife. Have you lived your truth? This is not really, initially when I started with this research, I thought that weighing of the heart next to the truth is all about you living according to the laws and everything that's been set out. But as I got older, I realized, no, your heart is being weighed next to your truth. Are you living your truth? Are you being your truth? Are you speaking your truth? Are you in your truth? And your truth may be very different to someone else's truth. Wow. Okay. So there's my analysis for this one. So for the rest of this session, I'm actually going to be quiet. I'm going to focus on those singing bowls and tuning forks. On your side, I would suggest lie down, find a comfortable position, and just soak up what is being sent what is being sent out or transmitted to you. So each of these Wands of Horus cards, they have their own frequency, they have their own field around them, they have a message that they send out. By combining them in different patterns and combinations, and by putting them on the surrogate for you, the body, it's going to transmit that energy through to you. On your side, you don't need to do anything. Just soak it up. I would say we're going to do maybe 10 minutes, maybe 9 minutes or so. I don't know. I'll see now how it goes. I'll try and keep it short. But I do want to transmit the entire energy packet to you so that you may receive this. On your side, pay attention to perhaps sensations, insights, inspirations. You've already set your intention. You may want to just come back to your initial intention. Just perhaps remind yourself of why you are here today, what it is that you would like to receive, what you want to heal, what you want to let go of, what you want to manifest. Just bring yourself back to that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the setup on screen, and then I'm going to go into working with the singing bowls, tuning forks now, and getting the sound going. So I will just at the end of the session just move into silence, and you can come out when you are ready.